So we found a discovery, and I don't know what this means because I'm not smart enough, but good morning, everyone. I'm going to talk a little louder because I noticed on the other videos that I talk a little low. Sometimes it's a little hard to hear, so I'm going to try to work on the audio version of things. The caliper video for the Audi is already out, so make sure you check that out. Now that that's finally done, we could dive into the Evo. So let's get started with that. Today's gonna be the first one. I guess I'll do it day by day basis. I'll just release those videos as we go along because I don't know how things are gonna go, when we're gonna pull things out, you know, so whatever we get to today, we get to today. I'll release that video and we'll just kind of keep going as we go along. So I guess I'll keep it a little interesting, and I'll keep you guys in the loop. Make sure to follow all the social media channels too, because I'll post on there as far as when the videos are coming out or whatever updates we have with the car, and we'll go from there. But today is a Sunday, and today is the first day of many days, I guess, when we're going to be working on this thing. So I'm kind of excited, kind of nervous. I never really pulled a motor out of my own car before, so we'll see how it goes. Luckily, I have a bunch of friends that have done it in the past, so I know where to go for questions and answers and things of that nature. And then I guess we'll see where this journey takes us. So stay tuned, and let's get this thing started. I guess the name of the game will be bag 'em and tag 'em. I got a bunch of Ziploc bags and my trusty Milwaukee Sharpie. Everything that comes off the car is going to get bagged and tagged so we don't lose anything. And then hopefully it'll make it a little easier for us to put everything back together. So let's get started. I think what we'll do is we'll start with the front bumper, get the car up in the air, drain the coolant out of it, which sucks because I just spent a bunch of money putting new coolant in it. But we'll drain the coolant, drain whatever else we can out of it, and then you know, kind of go from there, little by little, step by step, bag by bag. We'll get through this. So recently I was talking to a customer of mine, and they were saying, you know, how they usually when they take their car apart, what they do is that they take a shit ton of pictures, which I was planning on doing also, but he's like, if you have an old iPad, just put everything on there. That way it's just your car stuff on there. It's easy to reference. So I found this old iPad in the drawer that I haven't used in ages, so that's what we'll do with it. Everything car related, any notes, any pictures, anything car related to the Evo, we're just going to throw on the iPad, and then we'll have a good place to reference from if we ever need to, which I'm sure we will be. So so this was a good little trick, good little idea. You know, sometimes it's something so simple and you don't even think of it. So this was a good reminder to kind of think outside the box and just kind of use things that you already have laying around. bought this, this is floor covering, believe it or not. So we'll be using this to wrap the fenders and the headlights and whatever else that we need to protect while we're doing everything. It's just cheap insurance to make sure you don't scratch the hell out of your car. Ideally, I'd like to take the fenders off because I'm paranoid at the moment, but I think we'll be all right. I'm gonna double layer on this and then just send it. I think we'll be okay. Once we start maybe pulling the motor, I don't know. I think it'll be fine, but maybe we'll pull the fenders. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's start with the intercooler piping. We'll take the upper off, the intake off, the lower off, so that will make a little room for ourselves. Then what we'll do is we'll drain the radiator, make some room to pull the turbo kit out, and then go from there. Kind of excited. We'll see how far along we get today. All right, we're getting somewhere. I think the radiator is pretty much free to come out. I just have to unplug the connectors to it. All the rad hoses are off. I drained it. All the intercooler pipes are off. So little by little, let's pull this thing out. Now we got some space, so I think the next step is just to pull the turbo kit off, gain a little more space, and then we'll go from there. All this stuff I've done before. It's the stuff that comes after this that I haven't. The downpipe is already disconnected when I pulled the pan, so that makes things easier. So let's get started. We'll pull off the heat shield, get everything disconnected, and then pull the whole unit out, and go from there. The turbo's all unbolted, so now it's just a matter of pulling it out. Let's see how it goes. All right, now we really got some room. Turbo's out, rad's out. That I guess we'll take off later. All right, we're getting somewhere. I think I'm gonna get rid of this battery tray next, get that out of the way, unplug some of this wiring. I don't know, go from there. We're gonna have to take off the valve cover so we don't scratch the hell out of it while working on this thing. I'd hate to ruin it and have to redo it. But progress is good. The only good stuff about all this is that everything's coming out in chunks, you know, the whole turbo kit, the whole rad assembly. So hopefully we could just keep doing that as we go along, so everything will go back together a little easier. And then over the winter we'll do this again, but really like button things up and make things pretty. But let's just get this thing up and running so we could drive the damn thing. So we found a discovery, and I don't know what this means because I'm not smart enough, but the timing belt has a whole shitload of play. I did take off the rod caps and I spun the motor, but I think the timing belt still should be tight, and definitely not like this. And I have to double check where the timing marks are supposed to be. I know it's a little hard to see, but one is here, right there, and the other one is down here, so I'm not sure if that's the way it's supposed to be or if this thing just took a shit. So I don't think the belt is stretched, at least not this much. So maybe the tensioner went bad. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out as we go along. All right, now that we know something's seriously wrong, we're gonna pull all the plugs and the harness out, I guess, and label everything. Got some tape ready. I got a mic here to help me. Thanks, buddy. He's got nice handwriting, real girly. So we'll label everything up and I guess go from there. All right, quick recap of what you guys just saw. It was a long time lapse of me and Mike labeling a bunch of stuff. But we have the lower harness, which connects to the starter and the alternator. And I think the O2 sensors are under there, or the oil pressure sensors are under there. And then this is the rest of it, which is on the side of the motor and by the intake manifold. So that's literally the whole harness that's pushed off to the side. So the motor is actually, I guess, free of wiring. The next step is going to be to disconnect and take off all the accessories, the fuel lines, and obviously disconnect the axles and the transfer case so we can finally pull this thing. But I think this is a good stopping point for today. So thanks for watching, and then we'll catch you on day 2.